Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11. This is the mysterious JG here. Oh, please don't tell me my stuff's already acting up. Hold on just a second here, folks. As I adjust this, you can hear some mic bouncing around, whatever. You can have to deal. Yeah, the last video, if things have gone the way I expect they have gone, had me jumping up to reset the PlayStation because it crashed and I lost a debate. Well, here's the dealio, folks. I thought I had salvaged that. I got the PlayStation back. I didn't think that my importing software had ever shut down, and I continued on recording for another hour plus. And it now is beginning to look like I don't have any of that. That I lost like an hour's worth of stuff. Now, let's see. This is the earliest save I've got. So let's see what the strategic situation was here. I had, oh, you see, I haven't lost a huge amount. I had Zhang Gu and Yang Ren on the way to attack. Zhou Yun had gone out to meet them, and I was going to send out a cavalry unit. Then again, this might be well after the point I had to stop recording last time, depending on how I used my save slots over the course of that almost 90 minutes of recording. Yeah, I still got these 3 cities here. Let's check out my officer roster. No. Forces, Liu Bei, districts. I want officers. How do I get officers? Can I not do officers? Here we go, officers. Alright, take a good look at this rogues gallery. I got Chen Dao, Chen Zhen, Deng Ji, Fan Zhen, Pu Tong, Guan Ping, Guan Yu, Han Zhan, Jin something, Belch. Uban, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Wang Yue Ying, Jian Yang, Liu Xiao, Liu Bei, Liu Beng, Liu Baishi, Meng Jian, Meng Tian, Mi Fang, Mi Shi, Mi Jun, Yu Jin, Pancakes Guy. Guess which one of these has been a created character so far? Shen Dan, Shen Ye, Sun Quan, Tang Xian, Wei Yan. I think that's why I saved the game, is because I got Wei Yan was finally hired into my force, folks. Jing Kai, Zhu Shu, Yang Shi, Yang Yi, Yang Kai, Zhang Bei, Zhang Nan, Zhang Peng, Zhao Yun, Zhao Kang, Zhuge Jun, Zhuge, motherfucking Li Yang, Kong Ming, Sleeping Dragon to you, bitch, and say it with a smile on your face. That's my force. Now let me, what did I do while you were gone? Well, you see how these guys are coming here to attack Shangyang. Well, I fought them off with very few losses on the part of Zhao Yun, even though he's a much worse pike general than I realized. I didn't bother to check. I figured he would just be great at everything. Pikes are apparently his worst unit type, so I had Meng Tian come out here with a cavalry unit, which is pretty freaking good. Between the two of them in these towers, they stomped the enemy pretty good. They sent out another unit of guys who attacked me, none of them particularly that great. I beat them too. One of them was led by Zhang Lu. They never got past this tower. They never got into a range to threaten my city. So they were significantly easier to hold off than the attacks I've been getting from Cao Cao, in part because I've just done a better job of managing how much food I have on hand for my troops over there. There was some more fighting over here, not a huge amount. And I had a couple of people who either showed up and offered to serve. I had a duel. You missed a duel, folks. Guan Ping. You'll see another one before the game's over, I'm sure. But Guan Ping said, "Hey, Liu Bei, I hear that it's a famous warrior in this city. Why don't I go attempt to hire him?" And then, you know, whenever they say famous hero instead of, you know, talented officer, that means you're going to have a duel. So Guan Ping fought a duel, and I got to do my Guan Ping voice, which basically meant talking like a pimply-faced teenager, sir. And making lots of jokes about how, yeah, I hope I saw that, she's so cute, and whatever. And I also had Liu Bei just like constantly talking down to Guan Ping. I had fun, but sadly that seems to have been lost to the ages. I have the commentary track for it, but not the game video. The game video didn't capture properly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and load my game. I'm not going to replay a bunch of that stuff because I don't know that it's going to come out the same way anyway. I apologize. Consider this me fast forwarding through domestic development stuff against my will, because most of what I did during all that was just, you know, I did pick up a couple of officers here and there, but mostly it was just domestic development. So, here is where we are now. Oh, did I not see? Jeez. I didn't save my game after my last, I sent some troops out into the field. It looks like I didn't save my game. 1/1/2010, 11/11, 10/2009. Dude, what is my deal? Now it's like it's not even, it didn't even get as far as I did before saving. I had marched a bunch of troops out of Yong'an to launch an attack. Well, they had just barely left the city. They're going to finally start attacking Jiangyang, home of Liu Qi. Even though I noticed that his other city has got a shitload of troops in it. I don't know how many. I don't know what they're doing as far as weapons goes. They don't have a whole lot of weapons. I would be fighting a lot of sword units if I came down here and fucked with these guys. And that might not be a bad idea. It's totally treacherous of me to attack. The brother who supported Liu Bei inherited this force, not Liu Bei, not the one who betrayed Liu Bei. But Zhuge Liang would, at this point, and Pang Tong, if I had my force, they would be working on Liu Bei to try to get him to take over this land. My only other option is to attack Liu Zhang first, and just take advantage of the fact that I'm not bordering Cao Cao in Yong'an anymore. But if I leave them alone, Sun Quan's going to swallow them up, and then I won't have access to these cities here. So I pretty much need to betray Liu Biao. There's just no other way around it. So we'll take advantage. It's not Liu Biao, now it's Liu Qi, Liu whatever. So we'll take advantage of the fact that Liu Biao died. We'll say, hey, you know, his son lacks virtue, so we're going to be dicks and take him out. But my troops did not march out as I thought they had. Because I guess I just didn't... I guess that was the last thing I did before shutting down, and I maybe didn't save. So let's check the officer roster again real quick, so you can see, you can review this at your leisure, who I picked up. Now I need to go to forces, then officers, so I'm going to have everybody's officers. Also apologize if it sounds like I've been breathing really hard into the mic. I don't believe I have. I'm trying to figure out a mic setup with my new microphone where I won't constantly sound like I'm breathing into the mic. Because when I go back, hopefully it's not quite as bad when you're listening to it on YouTube as when I'm listening to it in my editing software, but I keep expecting myself at any moment to go, Shang, what you wearing right now, Shang? Xing side there, why don't you guys come to the window? Yeah, okay. You touch her hair, alright, now, you guys make you a little bit. I mean, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like I'm making a, you know, a, like, pervert phone call, but anyway. I did pick up some dudes. I don't remember who all's new. The new guys are mostly serving in Yong'an, because that seems to be the city where officers keep suggesting, hey, let's hire somebody. I did go back. I loaded my game because the game crashed, and Guan Ping quickly announced that he had somebody he wanted to hire, so I figured, oh, I just had a random hire event. This time Guan Ping got it. And then a couple turns later, Jing Tsai recommended the person who I lost to in a debate once again, and this time I won. And it's a good thing I won, because that prevents the game from crashing. So I picked up a couple of new officers, folks, but no playable characters. Unless you see your name in here and I just don't recognize it because it's Chinese. But I got Chen Bao, Chen Jing, Den Ji, Fang Jing, Fu Tong, Guan Ping, Guan Yu, Guo Yao Ti, I must be murdering these names, I'm sure of it. Han Jing, Hu Ban, Huang Yue Ying, Jiang Yang, Liu Hua, Liu Bei, Liu Feng, Lu Baishi, Mei Jian, Mei Tian, Mi Feng, Mi Shi, Mi Zhu, Liu Jin, Pancake Sky, Shen Ban, Shen Yi, Sun Quan, Tao Jiang, Wei Yan, Xing Cai, Zhu Shu, Yang Shi, Yang Yi, Yang Kai, Zhang Fei, Zhang Nan, Zhang Zhiping, Zhao Yun, Zhao Pan, Zhuge Jun, and Zhuge Liang, motherfuckers. Now, the biggest acquisition other than Pancake Sky, who probably has the best stats of just about anybody in my force right now, other than maybe like Zhuge Liang. Yeah, the couple of sworn brothers, but he's pretty high. But Wei Yan I picked up at some point, hired him away from whichever force he was on. And that's a good thing. In the novel, he ends up serving Shu for a long, long time as a loyal officer, but after Liu Bei's death, he tries to sort of, you know, take over a little bit, and Zhuge Liang has to set up a plan so that Zhuge Liang's chosen successors will be able to take him out. But either way, right now, he's going to be one of my better officers. I had just got done getting ready to launch an attack on Jiangyang, but I think I'm going to change gears here and do something different. Let's get rid of one of these barracks. Been reading suggestions from others, and Grimmeth offers very sage advice, even if he sometimes is a little condescending in how he does it. But he was pointing out that, you know, when not freaking out about the fact that, holy shit, have you ever managed to organize your army in a way that it had enough food? He did point out a mistake that I've been trying to play the game very much more aggressively than I usually would. It's a very slow game, but it can go even slower than it has been in this LP if you really take your time. And I've been trying to keep things moving, you know, not just because people were kind of, you know, hey, these tutorial videos have been going on for a while, haven't they, early on, but just for my own edification, too. As I've been, you know, I'm going to get bored with this before it's over if it goes at a real snail's pace throughout. So I've been real aggressive. I grabbed Shangyang, and I probably would have grabbed that by now, but it's very unusual for me to like reach out and try to grab Yong'an. Not that Yong'an's been threatened. Yong'an's my safest city. It might be a good idea, actually, to give up on both those cities, bring all my officers here, and just start attacking weak forces. But it would be a much better starting point than the one that I got. But no, I've been trying to get really aggressive and really go on the offense, but as Grimmeth pointed out, I've got 2 barracks going in a lot of these cities, so I could try to build up my military quickly. I think that has, for the most part, worked, but it's very rare that I've actually been able to use recruit twice in one turn, because I usually don't have enough gold. Now, recruiting twice in one turn takes 600 gold and 20 action points, whereas building weapons takes generally 700 gold and 20 action points. But still, overall, I think having 2 barracks in each city might not be necessary. Now, let's see what Wiz doing. These guys were on their way back after having After having successfully fought off 2 sets of enemy troops, they were going to go return and get some food. These guys got swords. This is Zhang Lu himself. I defeated a Zhang Lu commanded unit. Pardon me. And ran into trouble. It just like my troops were out in the field fighting for so many turns, fighting off all his little weak units, that eventually I just need to pull them back and get food. But now I noticed something. They've got a lot of troops. They've just been building up lots of troops. But thanks to my incredibly powerful spy network, which you don't have to spy in this game, it just tells you everything you want to know. I know that he's got like no weapons. He can throw nothing but sword units at me. And that is indeed going to be a real problem for him. I now no longer consider him a serious threat to Shangyang, because he's going to be throwing really weak units at me. As you can see, my technique points have gone down because I got myself crossbow turrets. These now have bigger range than ever before. They're going to be great for defending my cities because people are going to wander into their path of fire. They're going to be under attack earlier than they were before. And the big thing, folks, is that they provide each other crossfire. You see how this crossbow turret, if they were enemy, like if this was an enemy turret, in theory it would be able to fire on it from here. But yeah, they now have like wide enough range that once you start attacking one, if I've got 3 or 4 built up around each other, you're coming under fire from several at once. That to me is a big frickin' deal. Meanwhile, these guys are coming up to attack, and I'm trying to figure out whether Zhuge Liang needs to get out of there. Well, he can on this turn. He's going to hang out and repair this thing, keep it going. I've started building a siege. I had just decided to pull a big number of troops out of here and go on the offensive immediately, but now I'm going to stop and build a siege weapon first, because as people have pointed out, I mean, you know, one of the criticisms I've gotten, and, you know, it's constructive criticism, I'm not taking it personally, but yeah, in trying to rush this game to get things, keep things interesting, you can really screw yourself up. And I really don't want to just betray Liu Biao's forces before I'm ready to finish them off. It's tempting to just keep them out in the field and attack. Even though it's swords they'd be going up against, they'd be massively outnumbered there. Alright, let's concentrate on this city, because they're actually my most important city in a way. They're the ones who are about to be going on an attack. So I could recruit more troops. I can no longer recruit twice in a turn, but that's possibly just as well. Oh, there's guys who can be rewarded now, and it's only one, so I might as well just do it here. Boom, boom. But I need to save some gold because I'm going to have to buy some towers. I'm going to have to get some good officers working on those towers pretty quickly. Let's get will up. It's going to drop again when those troops come in because they're going to lower the standard average will rating across the city. But that's okay, I can deal with that. Now let's get back over here and watch Cao Cao's troops launch another attack on my towers. And I did wonder aloud, kind of as I was playing, should I build a tower here? Is that just going to draw more Cao Cao's troops out? But you know what? If Runan can never get a good army going because the AI is constantly pressured to send whatever it has at hand to attack this tower, I'm fine with that. That will prevent them from ever really establishing... It'll force them into sort of making these little stupid piecemeal attacks that are never going to be a real threat to my city. Oh, now they're using fire attacks. Yuck. So they did some damage to that tower, that's for sure. Maybe I will not be able to hold this tower. Or maintain it. Cool. So what do I want to do here? Do I want to try and use tactics? I am, after all, Zhuge Liang. Could I use blunder? 100% chance of blunder working. Excellent. Also 100% chance, so it doesn't matter who I use it against. And I did not repair the towers, which maybe I should have done. But it might turn out that that was a stupid move, actually. I've only got 2,000 horses, and I can't really replace them. In this city, at least. Now you've got food enough. You can come over here and help repair towers, if the towers survive. In the meantime, do I want to send forces out to attack those guys? No, they're not really a threat, as long as I mean, it's basically a matter of, do I want to keep that tower in place, or do I just tell myself, I just threw away 600 gold building that tower to harass Cao Cao a little bit and accomplish nothing in the long run, which is probably what's really going to happen here. Now, what do we got going here? We would definitely want to drill. I'm not going to send any troops out on this turn, I don't think. But if I did, what would I have at my disposal? 8,000 spears, 7,000 pikes, 2,000 bows, and some horses. What I really need to do is get some more horses and bows going, so I can have a nice balanced force. I don't have enough gold to outfit again, so that was possibly a stupid move. To not get more horses going, since I know I'm going to need horses in a minute. Oh well, let's not waste all my action points up here. The domestic turn stuff between, you know, the like doing stuff in my cities between turns will get a little bit faster. Actually, once I have enough cities to set up districts where the computer, I let them control stuff, it actually will make things move along a little bit faster. Oddly enough. And I hired one or two of the Cao Cao prisoner officers, I think. Jian Man I still have not managed to get. Even though I sent Liu Bei personally to ask him to serve us, he's just like, fuck you, Liu Bei. And I was like, damn, I'm not allowed to execute you once I've decided to put you in prison. Which is ridiculous. I Hate You Zhen, any interest in switching allegiances? No. I will not get I Hate You Zhen in my force, probably ever, sadly. Because although she's a good officer, I have really good relations with Ma Tang. We are both allies. There's like a plot string in the book where Ma Tang, Liu Bei, and a couple of other officers form a loyalist oath to try and save the Emperor from Cao Cao. And we're pretty much we're not real likely to turn on each other. At least no time soon. I'm certainly not going to try to press that issue. I'm going to try to keep him up there, healthy and strong, as an enemy of Cao Cao. Which means that I'm not going to end up taking over his cities and recruiting his officers. So I Hate You Zhen, good luck to you in all your future endeavors, but they're not likely to involve me directly. This guy just refuses to join us. Alright, well, recruit. Orders at 93, that's good enough. Well, no, 97 will is good enough too. Let's, alright. Another turn. Another chance for Cao Cao to mess up my towers. Xu Chang's got a nice little network of stuff built around outside of it too. Don't worry, Cao Cao, I'm not going to go on the offense against you for a while yet. Just don't take out my towers. I'll be really frustrated if using the blunder tactic on you guys means that you get to take out my towers. Then again, I don't want you attacking Zhuge Liang either. What did I think was going to happen that was going to be good here? Zhuge Liang's unit is almost wiped out. Because of your lack of ability, you were not able to hire Jiangxi. Well, in that case, take off that awesome white head cap thing with the little floaty background, whatever. I'm not making sense. Alright, Zhuge Liang, you're gonna have to just get the hell out of there, I'm afraid, or you're gonna be... I don't want to risk him getting captured. Because they would almost certainly execute him. Doesn't seem likely that he'd join them. Yeah, this sucks. You guys are sword unit. I should have just brought you back in. Anyway, so it looks like we're going to lose this tower, but I don't know. Did I kill enough troops to make it worth the 600 gold? It's better than giving it to Sun Quan, I suppose. Yeah, that's another thing that happened while you folks were away, or rather while I was recording and it wasn't taking. Which is I sent a bunch of emissaries to Sun Quan, 1,000 golds a pop. I'm sure that you saw at least the first part of it. I continued to do that periodically throughout the other video. But my relations with them, I got them up to neutral, and I was like, oh, great. And then I sent them gold a couple turns later, and it said they are now up to neutral. And I was like, wait, what? They had dropped down to poor at some point, I hadn't noticed. And I tried to form an alliance with them while I was at neutral, nothing would happen. It's like I have to get it up all the way to friendly or trusted before I can ally with them. And it was like dropping off really quickly. I was sending them gold almost every turn, and the relations were just like constantly deteriorating. So it's like the game doesn't want me to be allies with him at this point. I don't know. It was pretty frustrating, actually, folks. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that is definitely something that I want to have going, an alliance with Sun Quan, because I want to be able to take over Liu Qi's territory without going to war with them. Send Guan Yu over. He certainly has no issues with Wu. They should be good friends, right? I definitely want to get relations with them good. It's just kind of frustrating how often I'm going to have to send people over there to do it. And, you know, you can write in and tell me that I'm being a big wuss and trying to make him do my fighting for me. It's fine if that's your opinion, but, the fact of the matter is, I really need to be on good terms with them, because I've got to have people who will fight Cao Cao and not me. Right now, Ma Teng's doing that. If I get Sun Quan doing it, then he's got really 3 countries he's bordering, and, if they're all on good terms with me and, bad terms with him, then it gives me a little bit of breathing room to put together my empire down here. Now, let us hope that, well, for one thing, oh, he's backing off. He was looking like he was going to come down here and attack, but I guess that's just because he thought I was attacking him, because I had troops out in the field. So they're going to leave me alone again. These 2 towers are enough. Got Saruman in one of them, so he'll be able to take care of some business. I can concentrate my attention to watching these guys destroy my tower that I put so much love and effort into building. Jerks. Don't finish it off. No. Yay, it survived. It means it gets one more shot at you guys before it dies. Liu Baishi is ill again. He's illin' and chilling like a villain, folks. Now the peaceful music plays as soldiers are killed by arrow fire. Wow, awesome. I was so sure it was going to die on that turn. It's definitely going to die, but now at least it got one last round of arrows off of those guys before it went. Now the problem I've got here is that I no longer have any horses, because I got them all killed by using a blunder tactic, which, you know, did more damage than I took, but, or possibly not, but it meant that Zhuge Liang couldn't pull out fast enough to avoid taking some hits. Is my workshop ready to go yet? It is. Yes, it is ready to go. Excellent. Let's get my very best troops to work on a tower. I don't have enough gold to do anything else, though. Liu Bei, why don't you see if you can hire that douchebag Dion man? Nope. Okay. It's worth a try. Anybody good? Nope. Okay. Maybe feel like searching around? Nope. Alright, fine. Be that way. I didn't want you guys searching around anyway. I don't even care. Let's do some more goodwill with Sun Quan there. 1,000 gold a pop, but there's no other way to get relations up to the point where I can lock in an alliance, and then I don't have to worry if relations slip unless they get all the way back down to poor again. Once we have an alliance in place, I think hopefully it'll slow down the rate at which... I don't understand exactly why my relations with him are slipping down low so quickly. But, now how about this city? I've got 2 barracks. Maybe I should get some siege weapons going here. Think about attacking Hanzhong. For some reason, Ma Teng and that guy do not seem to be at war. I would think they would be at war. Maybe I should think about attacking Wuhan. Doesn't have a huge amount of troops. What I really want to do is start taking over Liu Zhang's territory, but I want to take over Liu Qi's territory first. Maybe what I want to do is start having this city provide forces to Yong'an. I could just send a transport unit to go down here. No, they would have to pass through Liu Qi's territory. Yeah, see, this is one of my issues, folks. I've got some... Is there any way to get through here? No, just a river flowing out of the mountains. I've got these cities that really are not connected to each other, as Shi Grimmeth pointed out. But, you know, this is part of the excitement of building Shu, folks. Sometimes you put yourself in really weird situations, and you gotta try to claw your way back out of them. You guys are definitely gonna destroy my towers. Fine. Just back off and leave my city alone after that, and I'm fine. Oh, you're gonna start fucking with these towers too, huh? Alright, well in that case I might have to send some guys out to mess you up. You're gonna run out of food before you can really be a threat. Ma Teng's not... Okay, no, Yang Bao and... There is a war going on between Ma Teng and those dudes. What have I got over here? I've got bows and spears. It seems like some pikes are in order. Possibly even some bows. I've only got 4,000 pikes. I only got 4,000 pikes. Alright, screw it then. Spears are in order. Spears and bows. I'm going to send out more guys than I really need to. I finally have enough food that I can do this without a whole lot of fear of getting killed. Maybe I should build a couple more. I don't have enough gold to produce more bows. Alright, Zhuge Liang, you'll send out a little rinky-dink 5,000 bow unit. And you'll fuck these guys up and punish them for having taken out that tower. I really should have given you enough gold to build a new tower here, but... It'd be fun to have a tower here also. I might have to think about building more towers out there, or I might have to think that the towers are just making me constantly have to fight, whether I feel like it or not. Has this city still got, like, no weapons? Yeah. Maybe just for the hell of it, I was gonna have these guys start supplying Yong'an, or whatever the hell that city's called, but maybe I'll go with some offense against those guys. Punish them for training the Han and messing with me and just generally being dicks. Let's send out a cavalry unit. Zhao Yun's pretty much the Mac Daddy badass cavalry dude. If I send out 2 units at like 16,000 gold each, or food each, that's a little much. Back it down to for 17 turns. I don't think I'll be able to take the city with this, but I'll, you know, be able to do a little damage, keep them from really getting established, and be in a position to attack me ever again. That's not leaving me with a lot of food. Problem I've got is I want to give them a little bit more food because they're not going to be in a great position to, they're not going to be able to get back to the city as fast. I need to plan a little farther ahead with them because they don't have the movement rate of cavalry. So now you guys are really low on... Oh, I just hope Wan doesn't attack. You know what? No, I don't have enough gold to do anything about that. Alright, this might turn out to be a really bad idea. And on that note, folks, let's end the video. Let's save the game on what might be a really bad idea. And we'll come back and find out whether me just going up there and deciding to fuck with that guy a little bit because he bothered me is going to end up having huge repercussions for my army. And let's also hope that I'm actually recording this. Like I said, I lost about 90 minutes of footage, and it's kind of a mixed blessing. It meant that you didn't have to see a lot of turns of me just doing domestic stuff, but there was some combat that you missed a debate, you missed a duel, and I'm just a little cheesed off about it. So, alright folks, when we come back, I'm a little cheesed off, and I'm going to take it out on, I think this guy's name is Zhang Lu. Yeah, we're going to take it out on Zhang Lu. Now, Zhang Lu was an enemy of Liu Bei's. Once Liu Bei had established Shu by taking over Liu Zhang's territory, Zhang Lu was like constantly threatening attack. By that point, also, Ma Teng had been destroyed by Cao Cao, and Ma Chao had gone to work for Zhang Lu. And that's, you know, when Liu Bei defeated him, Ma Chao went to work for Liu Bei, and that was an interesting story in which Ma Chao basically comes across as a big douchebag when I read the book. In my reading of the book, is it was being an asshole. But, either way, folks, we're going to come back to the next video and find out more about the assholeness of Ma Chao. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.